There comes a point when things that are happening on this app, when people take things too far. And I will say, probably one of the more vile things that I have seen happen on this app happened last night. I've always said, if you ever have issues or problems with anybody on this app, you should just address the person, right? But I think what gets me the most out of all this is when people start attacking people's deceased loved ones. When you have to go to certain lengths to get to a person, whether it be mentally or emotionally, whatever, I think when you start attacking someone's deceased loved ones in order to get a jab in, I think that's so gross. And what I witnessed last night, honestly, I didn't even know how to feel about it, to be honest with you, because I couldn't even believe that it went on as long as it did. But when you're out here showing people's tombstones and headstones, when you're going to people's loved ones' obituaries and you're writing disgusting things on obituaries, that's gross. You know, this app you used to be able to come on this app and just used to have to, have fun, all those things, right? I just think that there's just a lot of things on this app that are happening and that people are participating in, and I don't understand why. I really don't understand some people's moral compass. I'll say this again, and I've said it before. Hurt people hurt people. I think a lot more people need to just start up, and they need to stand up and actually start speaking up about what's been going on this app. I know there's a lot of people that want to take sides, right? They want to take this side, they want to take that side. I'm not sitting on anyone's side. I'm just set with myself. But I just know for me, what I saw last night was not okay. It wasn't even remotely funny. I mean, okay, you want to like show a meme, show a funny meme of somebody, okay. But like I said, when you were starting to show deceased loved ones, and then pretending that you are that person in a box, that deceased person in a box, I don't know, but I just feel like everyone that participated in that live last night, and anyone that participated in that live last night and who thought it was remotely funny, you all should be ashamed of yourself, to be honest with you. I don't care how mad I am at somebody. I just feel like some people just, there's no line that people won't cross. But last night I witnessed 3 individuals thinking that it was absolutely okay to show a deceased man's obituary with a picture and then pretending to be that said person in a box. I don't know. I just know that if that were to happen to me, I would be devastated if somebody did that to one of my loved ones that was no longer here on earth. I get it. People want to do the whole tit for tat thing. I kind of once did the whole tit for tat thing. The whole back and forth thing. But I've never done anything like that. You can feel any which way you want about me. And I'm at this point now on here, I could care less if you like me or if you don't. This is an app. I can choose to open this app or close this app every day. But what I'm not going to do, I will never lower myself as a person in order to try to fit in with a certain group. I will never lose my moral compass to try to fit in with a certain group. And what's even sadder is when you see grown adults. I'm 43. I'm talking adults that are my age, if not older, on this app acting like children. I think a lot more people need to start standing up and start speaking on what's right. I think people need to start learning to let things go. I think certain people need to start taking the high road and learning to just move on. If you really think about it, we're all just a bunch of strangers on this app talking to strangers. All this fighting and this bickering, getting in these boxes and arguing and going back and forth. What is it all for? What's the purpose? What difference are you really making? All this destructive behavior that's happening on this app. The lengths people are willing to go to try to break people down, to try to destroy people. Trying to deep dive into people's lives and show their background or show their criminal history, where they work, where they live. Thank you, Pippi. It's like there's no limit, right? It's like just because you can find out information on somebody doesn't give you a right to just share it, to just air it out. When you are coming on this app and you're making fun of someone's life choices, and then what really gets me is there's the grown adults that come on this app and that condone it, that are co-signing it. But I just kind of want to ask you this question to all these people out here that are doing all of this disgusting and vile things to other people. What is the end game? What is the end game here? What's the purpose? What's the point? Is your end game to just break someone down completely? Is your end game to see how far you can push a human being? Do you not ever think that maybe this won't happen to you? Somebody won't do this to you? You got to ask yourself, how would you act? How would you react if somebody were to do this to you? If somebody were to do this to your loved one? I don't know, but last night, just seeing what I saw last night, I just told myself there's really no line people won't cross on this app. There's no line that people will not cross. And I will just say this, if you ever participate in that type of shit, and that type of behavior, and if that's the type of people you want to surround yourself with, that's fine, but don't dare try to come on my side, or come sit with me and think I'm going to be okay with it. And you can sit back and say, oh, well, this person did this and this person did that. But when we're attacking deceased people, when we're attacking people that are no longer even here on this earth, to make a jab towards somebody, that's wild. I don't know. It's bothered me. It really bothered me. And I have seen a lot on this app unfold with a lot of people. Even things that have happened between me and other people. But I have never done any shit like this. But I'll tell you, there's some people over these past few weeks. I do know. I do know. I just know these past few weeks, there are some people that have, you have truly shown your true colors. Who you really are, it has come to surface. And I will say that anybody and everybody that participated in that live last night, and who thought that that live was funny, shame on every single one of you. And I'm sorry, but there will never be an apology big enough for what you guys did last night. I'm going to tell you right now, if somebody ever did that to my loved one that was no longer here on this earth, right is right and wrong is wrong. It's one thing if you want to have an issue with somebody on this app and you want to, you want to take it out on that person. But when you're taking out on that person's deceased loved one for a low blow, just to say that you went lower, I'll never understand it. And there can be some of you guys on here say, oh, well, Shannon, you've done this and you've done that. I ain't ever done this shit. It was in Bougie's live last night. It was Bougie, Florida Man, and Megan. And I want to make something real clear. I have had my issues with Mikey, aka Not the One. I have had, we've had our back and forth. We've had our tit for tat, right? But for me, even though Mikey has done some stuff to me, right? And he has said some things about me, and, he did some things that I think went a little too far. I think what they did to him last night was beyond messed up. And you're right, Stacky, it was the role playing. Florida Man pretending to be Mikey's deceased dad. Megan pretending to be Mikey's mom. Having their pictures up on the screen. Florida Man pretending to be Mikey's dad speaking from the grave. I want to show y'all something. Hold on. I'm only going to show this because I want y'all to see what happened last night. Right? But when you are doing things like this, and you were showing someone's deceased loved one, and I'm not even going to show the whole face, but behind me is Mikey's mom, and right here is his deceased dad. But when you're out here doing that stuff, that's terrible. And like I said, many times as Mikey and I have gone tit for tat, no one deserved that last night. Not even him. I know what it's like to lose a parent. I don't care how old you are, how young you are, how old you are. Losing a parent is tough. I lost mine in 2021. But any of y'all that participated in that shit last night, that thought that shit was funny, you co-signed that shit. And if I ever see anybody come and join my live that participated in that live last night, don't ever think you can come over here and sit with me. And then for you, Florida man, to write what you did on Mikey's dad obituary, I don't care what issues you have with Mikey, but for you to write that on another man's obituary when that man never did nothing to you is disgusting. And everybody out here says, oh, well, we don't always agree with everything that Florida man does. We don't always agree with what Florida man does. Yet you still sit with him. Yet you still sit in boxes with him. Right? That man has been on this app running amok for a while now. And once again, I hear a lot of you women say, we don't always co-sign. But I'll say what y'all did last night to Mikey was wrong. And I promise you, if somebody were to do that to one of your loved ones, and when it happens to you, don't ever say how you think you know how you would feel. But when you are watching somebody set up in a box pretending to be your parents and someone pretending to be your deceased dad, and then you individuals know that Mikey does suffer from, mental health things. You guys know how he's going to respond. It's like you poke and you poke and you poke. And you guys can sit here and say, well, look what he's done. Look at all the things that he's done. Okay, cool. I'll be the first one to admit. Yeah, Mikey and I, we used to go tit for tat. We used to go toe to toe. I used to bump my gums. He would bump his gums. He went a little too far showing, things of my personal life. But once again, right is right and wrong is wrong. And for me to be able to come on live and to speak about this, when I've even had some of my own personal issues with Mikey, for me to be able to come on here and say, you guys crossed the line last night? Did y'all expect me to come online and laugh and say, ah, ha, ha, that's funny, he deserved that? That's what he gets? No one deserves that. No one. Y'all want to keep saying that, kids are off limits. Are deceased loved ones not off limits? Or even the no longer living, are they not off limits now? Like I said, I could care less. I could give two shits what you guys got to think about me. Your opinion about me, honestly, I could truly care less. The people that truly know me, the people I keep in my circle, that's a small circle. Those are the people that I truly care about, because they know me. A lot of you individuals on this app only know about a 2% part of me. Anyway, hold on just 1 second. Sorry, I had the trash guy come up to pick up the check. Anyway, I don't know. Like I said, I just kind of want to share my thoughts on what happened last night. And I just kind of wanted to express my feelings on it. And I don't care, once again, I don't care how much you dislike somebody on this app. I don't care. But when you are starting to make jabs at deceased loved ones to get back at these folks, you're in the wrong. And a lot of you individuals and folks, you need to start speaking up about it. And Bougie, Florida Man, and Megan, I expect this type of shit between Florida man and bougie. I do. But Megan, to see you participate in that last night, honestly, I am surprised. I thought you had a little bit more of a moral compass. But I don't know if it's because you're just wanting to fit in with the whole Florida man crew or the bougie situation. But I hope you feel good about yourself today. I hope you can go online and have your morning coffee time and you can brag about this. I hope that this is something that you can just say, that was my Megan moment. I don't know. You're the one that has to live with yourself every day and wake up to yourself every day. I just know that I know who I am as a person. I just know that I know that there's just certain lines that I won't cross. I know as humans we are all flawed. I know we as humans, we make mistakes. Sometimes people make mistakes over and over and over again, right? I just know for me, I don't ever want to sit with people that do this shit. Ever. And I am embarrassed that I ever once even sat with you, Megan. Sorry, but you guys can sit there and say, oh, well, you showed a Google image. You know what I didn't do? I didn't show someone's deceased loved one and then pretend to be speaking from the grave from that loved one. So you guys can take that and you can run with it with whatever you want. But while y'all are sitting there with Florida Man, and while y'all are sitting there cheering him on, that man is out here being destructive. There's no line he will not cross. He is out here making AI videos of deceased people. He is out here doxing anyone and everyone. It don't matter who you are. And all you women over there that are sitting up there in a box with him or sitting down there in the chat with him, it's all funny and it's all fun and games until it happens to you. And don't ever think that it maybe one day won't be you. I mean, he's already done it to me. He's already done doxed my whole life. I mean, Bougie gave Florida Man my phone number. And I get it. Y'all probably think y'all got one on me. You've doxed my address, you've doxed my job, my divorces, my phone numbers, my job history. Cool. You showed everybody that. You expect me to be in fear? You expect me to be scared, be afraid? You did a little background check and you decided to air it out on live? Do you think that that was supposed to totally break me? Okay, cool. You showed complete strangers on the internet my information. And before I get off of here, I'm going to say this, because I'm going to speak up. I am going to speak up about her, and I'm going to say a few things. Okay. You guys can think whatever you want to think about leather and lace. And you guys can sit here and think that leather and lace was so terrible because she showed the truth, because she was being lied on. Leather and Lace is a good person. She's a hard-working woman with a hard-working husband. And I will tell you this, Bougie, if you see this live. The one mistake that Leather and Lace ever made was ever crossing paths with the likes of you. Bougie, everywhere you go, everywhere you sit, every group you get involved with, you cause chaos. And ever since you've been on this app, you've done nothing but create chaos. And you have wreaked havoc on this app. And while you sit on this app all hours of the night, judging other people, having the audacity to run your mouth about other people, the truth is, Bougie, the reason why you act the way that you act on this app is because you are projecting how you truly feel about yourself. I think you live a very lonely, miserable life. I think you try to make yourself bigger than what you really are. But I will say this, a lot of people see past your bullshit. You are a 44-year-old woman on this app, acting like a high school mean girl. So maybe instead of being on this app and participating in all the vile and disgusting shit that you're doing, maybe you should focus more on your family, on your kids, on your grandbabies, and start working on your own life instead of being on this app trying to destroy other people's lives. So, all you women out here that keep supporting Florida Man, you're trash. I'm sorry, but you're trash. But anyway, I just wanted to come on here and share my thoughts on what happened last night. And I'll say this, and I'm going to say it on camera, Mikey. I know that you and I have had our differences and shit. But what they did to you last night was wrong. And may your dad rest in peace. And don't ever let anybody, you know who your dad is, and you know who your dad was. And don't you let anybody on this app say anything differently. So, I just wanted to come on here and share my thoughts on what happened last night. You guys can record it or share it or whatever, because I'm sure there's going to be some people that are going to take this video and they're going to go and turn and run with it. I don't care. I've been dragged through Timbuktu through this app. So, if you want to take this live and show it and run your mouth and talk shit on me, go ahead. Right is right and wrong is wrong. But anyway, I hope you guys have a great day. I hope you guys have a good morning. And see you later. Bye.